Yes, it's that time. It is that time. We are going places. Where are we going? We're going to Sagittarius A, at the center of the galaxy, and we are nearly there. We are nearly there. Hello, Andrew. Welcome. I am about 20 jumps away. So it's hello, Ben. Good to see you. Watching on the toilet at work. Excellent. This is the YouTube community that I deserve, but not the one I need. So I'm on this lifeless hunk of rock. Currently, how far away from the start are we? Let's have a quick look. Here we go. 25,599 light years. That's a long, long way away. Okay, but how far are we from the center of the galaxy? Well, let's have a look, shall we? Let's open up the galaxy map and see what it has in store. There we are. We are only 473 light years from the center. Okay, so if I zoom out, there's us. So that's us. That's where we're trying to get to. That is the Great Annihilator, which I'm going to visit on the way back. There's Colonia, which was where I started this little jaunt about 3 days ago. All the way over there is where I started. We're a long, long way from home. If I zoom all the way in, you get an idea of. So each of those little dots is a star system, and they're all a few light years apart. So here's the core systems here. So you can see, I mean, this is roughly the starting area around here, yeah, it gets to the point where it's just like, I'm not going to draw all these dots anymore because there's just too many of them. So it took me best part of the week to get to Colonia. It's taken about 3 days to get to where I am now. There is a monster lurking at the center of the galaxy, and I am determined to see it. So we have our route plotted in. Let's check it out. 17 jumps. That ain't going to take very long. Now I am going to scan some planets on the way if necessary. Let me just sort my chair out. There we go. So I guess this is it. This is the final push. Now, obviously, when I reach the center of the galaxy, I then somehow have to get home. I think my ship's mostly in good nick. My frameshift drive's a little toasted from flying through those neutron stars. In fact, what I might do before I head off is just repair that. So I have one of my auto field maintenance units is almost used up. The other one is at full, but I think I've harvested enough materials from the planetary surface to refill that. So fingers crossed that will get me back to civilization. How's everything else looking? We're in the 90s for most stuff. Discovery scanner could do with a patch up, but the frameshift drive is the thing that I'm most worried about because that's my ticket home. What's a Zilly Night Fighter? So how are you guys doing on this wonderful Sunday? I say wonderful, it's pissing it down with rain where I am, and it's totally miserable, and there's still a little patch of snow in my back garden which has not yet melted. I hope you're all doing well. Hello, Miss Dingle. How are you doing? I've visited a few black stars before. Maya on the way there, and right, we are out of repair there, so I'm going to have to activate my other one. I've visited a few black stars before. I deliberately have not I haven't looked at any videos or images or anything about the supermassive black hole at Sagittarius. So it's going to be... I don't know what to expect. I don't know what it's going to look like. I mean, all of the other black holes that I've seen are just point singularities, and you don't even notice them until you get fairly close, and then you see space warping around them, and it's pretty... it's kind of terrifying. Right, so I'll just re-engage my frame shift drive, and then we can get out of here. So yeah, on the this is not the same place where I camped out last night. I've been doing a little bit of traveling this morning, and oops, I got my landing gear up. Right, I've been doing a bit of exploring this morning, and I've been listening to Escape Velocity, season 3. There's only three episodes left to listen to, and I know it's going to end on a cliffhanger because that's the way the first 2 seasons have. But it's getting, every single season of that show gets better and better and better. And even if you're not a fan of Elite, I just recommend listening to it because it's just great, sort of sci-fi action adventure audio drama. And it's really great to see how it's progressed from a fairly amateur production to something pretty professional. So our first jump is a neutron star. We're going to have to fly into the jet cones of the neutron star in order to supercharge the frameshift drive and slingshot us further out. So there she is, another beautiful neutron star, Butron star, if you will. What else have we got in here? Oops, I hope I actually scanned it. Apparently there's usually a lot of black holes above or below the galactic disk, so a black hole is one of the things that I don't have on my list as being first to discover. I've been first to discover neutron stars, Earth-like worlds, ammonia worlds, all sorts of other goodness, but I have never been first to discover a black hole. So I'd like to be able to do that. And I'm guessing the centre of the galaxy is as good a place as any to find them. So we're going to be looking around for that. Is anyone off on Christmas holiday yet, or have you got to go back to work or school or college or whatever tomorrow? Work till Christmas Eve. To be fair, I've got work till almost Christmas Eve, but on Saturday I'm flying out to Dublin to stay with Maths President Lorcan Nagel. So that should be pretty fun. What do we got in this system? I think I might go and scan that planet because it's fairly close, and you know, rings on a gas giant. You can't really argue with that. It's gonna look pretty cool. So yeah, always wanted to go to Ireland. It's a nice place. It's a nice place. Don't listen to him. He's lived there his whole life. He doesn't know. You know that phrase, "the grass is always greener"? Well, like the problem is that like Ireland is called the Emerald Isle, and like England is this green and pleasant land, and so like no one can determine which country has the greenest grass. When I come over, I can shout at your neighbours if you want, Lorcan, in an English accent. That'll confuse them. Or I could do it in a terrible Irish accent. Tell him to get back in the phone booth. Shut up, you fucking idiot, and things like that, you know. When you say your family's from there, Andrew, how far removed are we saying? Are we? That's good one, Lorcan. Good joke. Are you talking your immediate family or ancestral? Ancestral? Is that the correct term to use? I don't know. Two Generations. Star Trek Generations. That was a terrible movie. But this is a pretty cool looking planet, right? Look at those rings. Now, earlier today I flew through the ring system, but the way to fly through the ring system is to drop to sublight speed and slowly pick your way through the hundreds of tiny rocks that are that form the rings. I mean, I could do that for you now. Just give you an idea. I can't do the Voyager thing where it just like sort of like happily flies through the rings. As we get closer to these rings, you'll see what they consist of. I'm gonna have to slow right down, otherwise it's gonna pull me out of Super Cruise and damage my ship. Strongbow? What, the cider? So we get a bit closer to these rings. I'm going to take it really slow and steady because it's difficult to gauge distances. When you consider I'm travelling 100,000 kilometers per second, that's fast. So I'm still like really far away from these things. I'm getting impact warnings left, right, and centre. Okay, so we're getting closer to the point where we're starting to see the makeup of the rings here. So I get closer, you can see the individual rocks. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get through this. Okay, so I've had to drop out of Super Cruise. And this is basically what it's like in the inside of a planetary ring system. A load of floating rocks. Each one of those rocks is about twice the size of my ship, maybe? So I mean, if I switch to external view, you get an idea of the scale of things here. So I'm flying through the rings. They're actually not that densely packed. But there's just so many of them, and it's so vast. I mean, if I sort of like kill the throttle and pitch up, so you can sort of, yeah. I mean, that's in the middle of just one of these rings, so it's kind of cool. In fact, I'm gonna switch to external and get a screenshot. There we go, get a screenshot there. Pretty! The planetary ring is vast, like my mum. Yeah. So yeah, my grandmother was from Ireland. There's a few like just tiny micrometeorites here. So I think we've passed through the rings now. I'm still mass locked though, so I'm gonna have to get further away. O'Brien was my great-grandfather.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
That's only on my mother's side. On my father's side, everyone's German, so there's that. Right, should we head to the next system? Now that we've had a quick foray through a planetary ring system, and proven that the intro to Star Trek Voyager is bullshit.
4, 3, 2,
much like most of the show, to be fair. But you know, it's Voyager. I suppose we can let it off. It's a product of its time. It's better than Star Trek Generations. What do we have here? Yeah, not much in this system. Right, let us scoop some fuel off the surface of this star, and then we will head on.
warning, temperature critical.
I was just going to say the correct answer to Picard versus Kirk is obviously Cisco. Although Cisco after he shaved his head and grew a beard, because then he became badass Cisco. And he founded the company Cisco Systems for all your communication needs.
Frameshift drive charging.
But if we are limiting it to just Picard or Kirk, it's obviously Picard, isn't it? Because Kirk was a womanizing fool who couldn't speak in full sentences. Yeah. Whereas Captain Picard was a Shakespearean captain. And he was Gurney Halleck as well, wasn't he? I wouldn't mess with Gurney Halleck, that dude's harsh. Yeah, I'm not going to bother scanning the system, just going to keep on jumping. Jumpy, jumpy doodah, we got 13 jumps to go. I would watch a TV show called Picard Space Archaeologist. Or what about Picard Space Paleontologist? Oh yeah, and Professor X as well. Although I dislike most of the X-Men movies, although I thought Logan was superb. Superb. So that was kind of cool. Bling. Where are we now? Help if I was actually charging my Discovery scanner, wouldn't it? I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of objects in this system. 21. Let's have a look, see. Oh, what do you know? They're all lifeless balls of rock. So let's just scoop up something. Yeah. I don't know, does Deep Space Nine still hold up? Does any 90s Trek still hold up, or is it just a, you know, don't... How long would it take you to watch every single Star Trek episode ever? And would you manage to make it all the way through Voyager before killing yourself? Again, mandatory plug for The Orville. If you haven't been watching The Orville, highly recommend watching The Orville. I prefer it to Star Trek Discovery, which I'm sure will brand me a heresy in the eyes of many. But what can I say? I mean, the first couple of episodes of The Orville are pretty slapstick, but after that, it just gets good, man. It's got. I mean, it's sort of like. The comedy becomes a little bit more subtle after that, and it takes on sort of more 90s Trekkie themes, you know. So does Babylon 5 still hold up? I mean, except for the episode with King Arthur in it, or yeah. There's no need to catch up with Voyager. It's best to just let it go, you know. Ugh. Yes, O'Brien is in Deep Space Nine. So is Worf. Deep Space Nine is the show that actually made Worf a total badass. You know, the thing he was never allowed to be in Next Gen. Not much in this system. He's not a Ferengi crewman. He's a Ferengi barman. You know, Ferengi barkeep and general wheeler dealer. It's like Space Del Boy Quark is, isn't he? Yeah, the appeal of 7 of 9 is cancelled out by the... what's the opposite word of appeal? Detraction of Tom Paris and Harry Kim. Oh, Nog? What series does Nog appear in? Or have you made that up? What about that B5 spin-off Crusade? Right, we're 9 jumps out now. 9 jumps. We are tantalizingly close to the end goal here, guys. Your mum's literally in the first episode.
Frameshift drive charging.
You notice how, like, basically all around us is just lit up by stars now that we're right in the centre of the galaxy. Or about 150 light years from the centre of the galaxy, and in astronomical terms that's really pocket change, you know. Alright, I'm going to have to scoop off this star, because I don't know when the next time I'll be able to actually scoop is. What do we got here? Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Let's go on back there. There we go. No. Oh god. I've clicked a thing. Oh god, what have I done? There we go. Right, what have we got here? Oh, it's a whole bunch of gas giants. And couple of rocky bodies, so I'm not going to bother there, but I am going to scoop all the fuel that I can from this star. Except, I don't think it's a... No, I can't scoop it. It's a T-Tauri star. I can't... It's not a main sequence star, so that was a waste of time, wasn't it? So I can't actually scoop from that star, and I can't scoop from the next star either. Okay, let's just hope I don't run out of fuel, otherwise I'm going to die. And that would really put a dampener on the whole situation, wouldn't it? Anyone seen The Last Jedi? Anyone seen that? Are we talking next gen Worf, or are we talking Deep Space Nine Worf? Because, like, would you really want Worf on your crew? You know, just so that he can offer you advice and you can totally blank him like everyone always seems to do? Oh, sir, I recommend that we do this. Not now, Worf. And then they get into trouble. It's like, imagine how angry that Klingon must get on a day-to-day basis, where, like, literally no one heeds his advice and they get into trouble because of it, and not once does anyone say to him, "You were right, Worf, we should have listened to you. Next time we'll listen to you." Also, Worf can't say Bakaruda. Mind you, Chekhov can't say vessels, so... What kind of star is this? What's in the system? Bunch of rock. Oh, it's a K class. I can scoop from this, so let's get a scoop in. don't know if you can hear the sounds that the star makes. It's quite unnerving. We're almost there now. Good! How many jumps have we got? 6 jumps left. Six jumps left. The excitement is palpable. This has been a goal of mine since I first got the game, but obviously I had to work my way up to the point where I could afford a ship capable of exploration, and then I had to actually kit this thing out. It's still not fully kitted out. I'm only jumping 25 light years. If I had a better frame shift drive, I'd be able to go way further than that. But still, this is something I've been working my way towards for a long, long time, and it's almost within my grasp. Almost within my grasp. What we got here looks like we've got some metal worlds. Yeah, no, that's a metal world. Right, let's scoop and jump. You and your oblate spheroids. When will you people learn the Earth is flat? The Earth is flat. Bye, Mr. Sun. If that is your real name. I just got a text message from my mum. Parcels on their way. Which I don't entirely know what that's in reference to. But there you go. I asked her to get me a Panzerbjorn for Christmas, so maybe she's managed to find an armoured bear and has ordered it for me. Who knows? That looks like an interesting planet to land on, but it's 23,000 light seconds away, so we're not going to land on that. Okay. Is it four jumps to go? As far as I'm aware, the flat earthers don't actually believe that space is a thing that exists. They don't believe that. They think that that's all fake. Stars and planets, they're not real. That's a lie perpetrated by the ever-present them. You know, they don't want you to know the truth for whatever bizarre reason. You know. Wait, Mars has been observed to be round, unlike Earth. I'm pretty sure that Earth has been observed to be round as well. Call me crazy, but you know, when those folks went on to the moon and that lot and sort of took photos of Earth from space, you know, I thought that was, you know, well, it's a pretty cool system. Look at that, I can see all those stars there. In fact, that is a really cool screenshot. Maybe just like, let's don't want to zoom too far out, but let's, there we go. What do we actually have in this system? I believe this is what's known as a monolith system because it's full of stars. They seem to be mostly scoopable, so that's cool, man. Wonder how hot I'll get if I fly between those two. What do you reckon? So we've got a K class there and an M class there, very close to each other. That's pretty awesome. Two giant stars, and you can see the smaller stars out in the distance. Now those smaller stars, they're not even that far away from each other. Coronal mass ejection there on that main sequence star. God, this is some... Yeah, I think flying between the two stars is probably not the greatest idea that I ever had, so I'm going to drop a heat sink. And then you can see these two stars are very close to each other as well. Pretty cool, huh? Right. So we now have 3 jumps to go. Next system is another K class. Which photos were clearly photoshopped? The photos of the Earth in orbit? Or... Why would they think that Earth is special? You know, like, oh, all these other planets around. Earth's flat, though. You know, I don't understand that. Oh, we're getting close now. We're getting very close now. Boast now. Dose now. Pretty cool song, huh? That's the new song from System of a Down. Right. So I think it's just 2 hops, isn't it? Yes, 2 jumps. Let's fuel up. Right. Right. After this, there is one more jump, and then we're at the center of the galaxy. So I'm going to check this system out. There's nothing really here. I am going to fuel up, and then we are going to jump out into Sagittarius A star, which is a supermassive black hole. I have no idea what it's going to look like. I don't know what to expect. But it's gonna be fun. Yeah, let's not crash into the sun before we actually reach our goal, though. Right. There it is. Let's get a screenshot for posterity. Well, here we go. The culmination of a lot of work. I almost don't want to hit the hyperdrive. Here we go.
Frameshift drive charging.
Star class, supermassive black hole. It's quite unnerving, isn't it?
4, 3, 2.
Well, okay. That's literally warping all of the space around it. Let's... You see, that's spatial distortion. That's actually way bigger than the actual thing, because God, no, I want to fly into it. The call of the void is strong. I don't really know what to say. What else is in this system? that's how it appears in the and there's another star there. What's this though? The center. Let's lock that destination. You see that green line? That's the event horizon. If we cross that, we're dead. So I'm staying... I want to stay away from that, really. This thing's making a horrible, horrible sound. What I'll do in a sec, I'll scan this. I think this is a point of interest beacon, which will give you some info. Temperature's not critical. What are you talking about? So I should be able to drop out near this thing. Scan the nav beacon. Get some cool photos. Oh, what's this? Is that a sightseer? DG Space Tours. Isn't that isn't that a disappointment when there's this monumental thing that you spent so long working towards, and you get there and there's just some spaceship with tourists on. God damn it! I hate the universe. Let's see what this says. Sagittarius A-star is a popular destination for explorers and travellers. It's a supermassive black hole of the type found in most spiral and elliptical galaxies. Radio transmissions indicating its existence were first discovered by Carl Jansky. With that in mind, let's have another gaze into the abyss. And obviously we're going to have to get some photos of me flying directly towards the supermassive black hole, obviously. Well, that is truly a wonder to behold. Wonder how many people have flown out here just to kill themselves in there. I'm now going to turn around so I can get a cool looking photo of me flying away from the supermassive black hole at the centre of the galaxy, with the lights on, obviously. Oh God. So yeah. There I was. It feels weird being here. Looks weird. The way it distorts the light. It makes a weird sound when you're near it. It overheats your ship when you're far away from it. It's a point singularity, but it looks like the size of a star because of the way that it's warping the space. It's kind of beautiful and terrifying in equal measure. I am, of course, going to now fly towards that other star in the system, because obviously, as an explorer, that's what I want to do. So I'm going to fly towards the other star, and then we'll turn around and we'll have a look at the, we'll have a look back at the monster. See if it looks any different from 111,000 light seconds out. You've got to remember, we're fantastically close to that. When you consider the stars that we warp next to, We're usually a few hundred light seconds away from, or tens of light seconds away from. We were fantastically close to the black hole, because it's really, really tiny, and it's difficult to get a sense of scale when you haven't got something like right next to it. So so yeah, that was a pretty awesome sight to behold. Didn't really, like I said, I didn't know what to expect, and it just looked cool. Next on my list of places to visit is the Great Annihilator, which is another fairly large black hole in the vicinity. So once I've checked out this star over here and said a fond farewell to this system, we'll check that out on the galaxy map. That was tourist spot 82. I wonder how many different tourist spots there are. Due to a technical issue, all entertainment scheduled for this evening is cancelled. Sorry for the inconvenience. You know, if I was on a ship that had taken me to the centre of the galaxy, something just incomprehensible like that, I don't think I'd need any entertainment. I'd just spend the night looking at it. I'd spend the night contemplating what it meant to be alive, because nothing really matters anymore. Everything's just weird now, you know? I hear there's a great Chinese restaurant orbiting the Great Annihilator. I hope there is. I could go for a Chinese right now. I was going to make myself a curry tonight, but now you're putting ideas in my head. The Chinese near me does awesome chili salt tofu as well. It's so good. So now, obviously, I want that, you bastard. Notice how it seems darker in this system than in previous systems. Like the light from the surrounding stars seems dulled almost, like the things, black holes just sucking it away. Yes, The Restaurant at the End of the Universe. What a classic book. Classic book. Rest in peace, Douglas Adams. Right, we're coming up on this star now. I'm travelling nearly 500 times the speed of light. Dead stars still burn. Stop that. Have any of you ever read any of the Hugh Manx Commonwealth books by Alan Dean Foster? They're great space opera books. And there's one called The End of the Matter, which features not a collapsed star but a collapsed galaxy. It's a vast supermassive black hole which is just tearing through space and sucking everything up, basically. It's a good read. What is Towel Day? What on earth is Towel Day? Oh, I can actually scoop off this star. But you know what? I'm just going to kill the thrusters. I'm going to turn around to see what whether we can actually still, yeah, see the black hole. It's just a tiny spot of nothing over there, but you can still make out a faint outline where it's distorting the space around it. I had no idea about Towel Day. I tend not to celebrate deaths or births or things related to people that I don't really know. So I just don't. And it sounds crass and callous and horrible, but I just don't care. You know. Supposed to carry a towel around all day. Can it be one of those microwave travel towels? You know, because I can fit one of those in my pocket. Well, in that case, yeah, I can easily do Towel Day. Right, so we made it. We did it. All that journeying has so far paid off. Now the problem is, I will show you the problem in just a sec. Once I reach this star and scoop some fuel, I'll have a full fuel tank, and I'm stuck now in the center of the galaxy. And that's a long way from home. So my plan is to gradually head back towards the Sol system, but doing a bit of sightseeing on the way. So obviously I want to go and see the Great Annihilator. I also discovered there's a system which the community have dubbed the Three Kings, because it contains three giant stars. So I'll be visiting that as well. I'm going to have a look on the. This star looks pretty amazing. I'll be looking at various sort of travel sources to find out what other points of interest might lie on the way back to Earth. I think the reason why everything is so, like, you know, not illuminated is because I think we're in a big sort of cloud of gas or something. What is this star? This is weird. It's kind of mesmerizing. That's a very nice colour. Right, let's scoop some fuel.
Fuel seeping.
So, I'm just going to fly away from this star. And then I'm going to kill the throttle. And we're going to get the galaxy map out. So, we made it. That's where we are now. Those little blue lines show all of the systems that I can jump to from my current location. I'm gonna have a now this is interesting. I like the realistic view. It shows you what the... Oh god! Oh my god! In it bright. So that's where we are. There's the Great Annihilator. In a sec I shall stop farting about and I shall... I'm sure there was a way that I could filter by star types. But apparently not. I'm sure there was a way I could filter by star types. That's annoying now. Because I wanted to have a look and see what black holes there were nearby in the hope that I might be able to get my name on some of them. But whatever. That's a annoyance. Oh, maybe I'll find it at some point. Let's see, how far away is the old Great Annihilator? It's 3,000 light years away, so that's a bit of a trek. But I'm going to plot in the route anyway, and then I'm going to start heading towards it and find a planet to land on to call it a day, because at the moment my mission is done. I made it where I needed to go, and yeah, it was pretty amazing. Ah, there we go. Star class. Ooh. Wonder if this makes any difference. Why is it not showing anything? No. clear that route. Go back to here. Right. I want to also get rid of those lines. Good. I'd love to see a carbon star, but I don't know where to find these sorts of things. Yep, probably not going to find... I think black holes count as non-sequence stars, so... yeah. I don't know. Let's have all the stars. A lot of stars. Whole lot of stars. So let's go to let's plot that course in. No, I'm not going to plot a course to Sol because it's out of range. 25,899.99 light years away. Let's plot a course here. My Explorer rank is Ranger. That won't increase until I get back home and sell some of the data. So there. So here we go. Now then, let's fastest route using jet cones. Plot the route. There we go. So 116 jumps to the Great Annihilator. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fly on to the next system. When I find a planet to land on, I'm going to land on that planet and then I'm going to call it a day. Because I've been playing far too much Elite over the last few days. But I made it to the centre. That's a massive, massive goal for me. I feel really pleased that I've managed to make it. It was an awesome sight to see. I hope you guys thought it was awesome as well. Let's see what we've got here. I imagine this close to the centre there's just going to be mostly empty systems, so yeah, the void looked back. Yeah, it did. Yeah, it was pretty amazing, wasn't it? Like I say, I honestly didn't know what to expect. It would have been easy for the developers to just put a big black ball there, which would have been a a bit crap, I think, but seeing like the distorted space around it, the eerie feeling inside the system, and the hilarity of seeing a tourist transport vessel there as well, just cheapening the whole thing. It was good.
Fuel super complete. Warning. Temperature critical. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two,
Right, will we find a planet? Will we find a planet to land on, or is it going to be another? Oh, we've got some objects. Let's see. There's a planet I can land on over there, so that is exactly what I'm going to do.
fuel souping. Fuel soup disengaged.
Oh. I think it'd be good to get back to civilization. To be honest, I've been out here for so long with like this single-minded purpose. It'll be good to just get back to the bubble and do some bounty hunting missions or something. You know, something that's not long haul. Something I can just hop into a ship and then go and do it, and then I'm done. I wonder how much money I'll get from selling my exploration data by the time I get back. I know I missed the Thargoid attack. I was in Colonia at the time. I knew I'd never get back there in time, which is why I pressed on to the centre. Maybe I'll get back to the bubble and everything will just be on fire. But as I said in my previous stream, I have reservations that the Thargoids are entirely evil. I think there's something else going on there. I don't think they're killing indiscriminately. I think they're attacking the people that attacked them. They're sending a message is what they're doing. I thought that looked pretty, so I'm gonna get a screenshot of it. There we go. Yes, they're interested in thrill power. Splundig Verthrig. Let's hope this planet doesn't have crushing gravity or some other crap that's going to prevent me from actually landing on it. Yeah. No, 0.46, that'll do. Let's find somewhere to land, somewhere to put it down. Inside that big crater up there looks like could be good.
Orbital flight engaged.
Here we go. Dropping out of orbital flight. Any second now. And just glide down. Okay, didn't quite make it at the point I wanted to, but it's as good as any. So I'll drop my landing gear and let's head down.
Landing gear deployed.
Let's hope the ground's smooth enough to land on. There we go. So, don't want to leave the lights on. Have a flat battery in the morning. So, that's it. I reached the centre of the galaxy. It was a pretty awesome experience. The whole journey has been an awesome experience, but obviously the journey's not over because I've still got to get home. That's going to take a long time. I have been hitting Elite pretty hard though, so it's probably going to be a while before I stream another Elite session. I have Deus Ex Mankind Divided is the my fallback that I'm going to go back to. I will pick up Elite again at some point, but for now the mission has been accomplished, and I don't want to ruin the experience by just burning myself out on it. So yeah, it's been awesome. I hope you guys have enjoyed what you've seen. I hope that you will join me again for either another Elite stream or some other game that I may happen to play. And if I don't see you before, have a Merry Christmas or Hanukkah or Saturnalia or whatever. Yeah, play Wolfenstein. Okay, yeah, I might play Wolfenstein, but see, the problem I have with Wolfenstein is that you have to press a button to pick up ammo. You have to press a button to pick up ammo. But it's difficult to see that ammo. I just want to run over it and have it pick it up, because having a button to pick up ammo is the shittest game mechanic ever. It just means that I run around like pressing the pick up button all the time. It's crap. It's crap. It's crap. I don't own Euro Truck Simulator 2. I do own Euro Ship Simulator, so I think that is something that has to be done at some point. So yeah, definitely going to get on that Euro Ship Simulator action. Hopefully that'll have a a harbour filled with angry Polish people. So you can relive the glory days of Euro Truck Simulator 2. So yeah. Anyway, as I was saying, if you enjoyed the stream, if you enjoy the streams in general, then why not click like? Why not click subscribe? And why not click that little bell icon so you get a message that says, "Oh, this guy's streaming again. It's probably going to be good," or something like that. Pressing a button to show respect. Why not press a button to give you a sense of pride and accomplishment? Or is that trademarked by EA? I don't know. Yeah, it's been fun. It's been awesome. It's weird, in fact, how much my heart was beating when I was entering the system. It's been a long time since a video game did that to me. So take my hat off to the developers for making such an in-depth game, so a game that can swallow you up as much as this game has, you know. Yeah, it's just great. It's been emotional. It's been an emotional ride. I still have a headache. This is day 6 of headache. So maybe I should see a doctor about that. But what are they going to do? What are they going to say? Take some paracetamol and come back if it doesn't go away, you know. So maybe a waste of time. One more week of work, and then off to Ireland I go. So that should be fun. But for now, all that remains is for me to say thank you once again, and to bid you a fond farewell. So yeah,